Hey guys, so the question comes up quite often. How do I trade a Bitcoin pair of an altcoin when I'm unsure of whether or not Bitcoin is going up or down while I make that trade? A lot of people ask, wouldn't it be safer to trade with the fiat pair of an altcoin rather than the Bitcoin pair? The short answer is yes, but it is not that much safer, and I'll explain why shortly. The other reality is that most of the time you're not going to have the luxury of trading an altcoin in a fiat pair unless you have, fiat on the right exchange at the right time. And typically only the larger altcoins are widely available to be traded directly with fiat or tether, for example. So to understand this, we need to look at the following formula. Let's use Ethereum here in this example, and I kind of have this written out already. So this is the formula we use. It says that Ethereum US dollars, so the price of Ethereum, is equal to the ratio of Ethereum to Bitcoin multiplied by the price of Bitcoin. So it's very simple. And this is always true for any specific period of time, or point in time, I should say. So yeah, this formula means that both sides have to be true. Ethereum US dollars has to equal the ratio times the price of Bitcoin. So if you want to trade Ethereum in US dollars with fiat, you can. If you wanted to make the same trade with Bitcoin, you could do that too, as long as you are purchasing Bitcoin right before you enter the trade. So let's say you wanna buy $100 worth of Ethereum for this trade. You would buy essentially $100 worth of Bitcoin and trade that immediately into Ethereum. Once the trade completes, you would take it out of Ethereum back into Bitcoin, and then from Bitcoin back into fiat. And that would be the exact same thing as taking fiat and trading that pair for the same call. So if your goal is to accumulate BTC, then I assume you already have a strategy in place. But if you're sitting in fiat and you're not sure what to do because you're not sure of Bitcoin, whether it's going to rise or fall, then this should help. So there's three variables here. Let's just go over a couple potential situations. Okay, so let's assume that Ethereum goes up in price while Bitcoin falls. What does the ratio have to do? Well, it has to climb. And this is what we're seeing lately as well. Generally, at the time of me making this video, altcoins are inverse of Bitcoin. And there's lots of signs that point towards that. So, using this formula, you can look at altcoins versus Bitcoin and see if that's true or not. A lot of the calls we're going to be making in the next few months are going to be based on this fact. So it's good to understand this. Let's just say, Ethereum stays the same while Bitcoin climbs. What does the ratio have to do in that case? It has to go down. So, there's lots of potential situations here. Just, realize that the formula will hold true every time. So, let's go through an example here. I have the charts open here on Ethereum in US dollars, Ethereum, Bitcoin, this is the ratio, and the price of Bitcoin. These are all 1 minute charts, and what I've done is put a vertical line on each chart at the same point in time. And I chose this time because, you know, not a lot happened here in that time, not a lot happened here, and not a lot happened here. So it just makes this, you know, for demonstration purposes, just a little bit easier. So let's jot some of these values down, and then we'll crunch the numbers and see what happens. So at this point in time, Ethereum was at $320.73. So let's write that down. 320.73. The ratio was trading at about 44.91, 0.04491, and BTCUSD was about 71.36. Okay, so what we're looking for is when we multiply these two numbers together. So, you know, we have the price of Bitcoin, we have the ratio, we should get the price of Ethereum, which we have here. So let's take 71.36 times 0.04491, it equals, and we get 320.47 roughly. So it's close. Another thing to understand is that what drives all this is arbitrage bots. So they're using this same formula and they're making sure that both sides are true, and they do that at a very fast pace. So it's, you know, usually within a second they're able to react. If one variable changes, you know, all things equal, something else will have to change. So yeah, there's monetary upside for bots to do this, so that's why they do it. So yeah, hopefully that kind of clears things up. Another cool trick you can use, or you can do using this formula is, say there's a call for Ethereum in US dollars, but you don't have any fiat right now, you just have Bitcoin, for example. Say the call is for Ethereum to go from $320 to $350. You know now that both sides are equal, so if you have Bitcoin, you can buy the ratio instead. And, you know, as long as you realize what's happening on all three sides, all three variables here, you can make a good trade still. So if Ethereum is going to climb while Bitcoin stays the same or falls, the ratio also has to climb. So you can buy and sell this pair based on the USD call for Ethereum. So if it's $320 and it goes all the way up to $350, well, sell whatever the ratio is at when the US dollar of Ethereum hits the target, you know, say 350. So yeah, it's fairly simple in theory anyways, but yeah, it does work. I've traded that way multiple times now, and it does work. It's the same trade in the end. Yeah, so I hope that clears things up, and yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching.